Good morning, my friends who are taking the walk with me. It is a beautiful morning here in Jacksonville. Sun's rising, all that good stuff. I'm happy that you guys are walking with me this morning here. Hey, so a lot of questions out there about rent collection in time of coronavirus. How are we collecting rent? And I thought it would be very helpful to share a lot of the data that we're seeing as it's coming in with our group. As you know, we manage over 3,500 rental properties here in Jacksonville. So that's 3,500 data points that I can share with you and just some great perspective. And so I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share some real numbers. These are numbers that we share with our clients on our client-only call on Monday. And I know that it brought that transparency, brought a big sense of calm to a lot of folks. And so we'll certainly share that. If you have any questions about how to collect rent and how to do it with compassion and how to continue to produce a solid return on investment in rental properties, you're going to want to join our live Q&A. We do this every Thursday at 12:30 Eastern. Tomorrow I'm expecting a big turnout because this is the question that many people are asking. How do you continue to collect rent and the strategies that we're employing? So tomorrow at 12:30, there's a link in the description. You will want to join me there. So how are we doing it? Well, I'll give you some real stats first of all. So we track rent collection often. And hey, Jane, how are you doing? Welcome. Hope you're taking the walk. Jane, I know you live around here too. Hopefully you come out and take the walk too. It's beautiful over here. Look, the beach is right there. You should come out here and join me, Jane. So how are we doing it in coronavirus economy? Well, number one, it's about your relationship with your residents. We've been working on a relationship with our residents for years now, and in good times and in tough times, you rely on those relationships. And we have a multi-step approach of doing it. So we track all of our rent collection every single month. We track it at different stages. Obviously, it's very important to our owners and very important to us. So prior to the first of the month, we're always tracking that, and that's a good indication for, things are on point, things are in line, and we're tracking it before the first for that full month of collection. And so that's what we did prior to April 1st for April rent. Well, first I should tell you that March rent collection was right in line with our normal rent collection pre-coronavirus, right? So the world sort of changed abruptly in the month of March. It was really cool to see. We had 98% of rent collected, which is right there normal for JWB. So nice to continue to see some normalcy there, even though the last probably 2-3 weeks of that, the entire world changed for our residents. So that was very nice coming out of March to be able to see that. I see we got 4 people taking the walk with me this morning. I've got my stepsister Kelly joining again. So good to see you 2 days in a row, Kelly. It's been too long. And we've got Tara joining. You guys are like the gang now. You kind of hang out with me in the morning. I appreciate you guys jumping on here for the live. So we got Tara, Jane. Jane says good morning. Jane, did you enjoy the episode of your son yesterday? Did you enjoy the interview? Did you expect anything different than how your son acted on camera in that interview? Probably not. He is a true, genuine individual, always himself, always entertaining. We'll keep it at that. So, all right, so getting back to the rent collection numbers. So prior to all of the change, we expect about 98.5% rent collection. That's where we were for March. So that was cool to see. A big credit to the property management team. Now, coming into April, that was the big question. Are you guys going to be able to collect rent? And we are, right? So before the first of the month, we always collect somewhere between maybe 15 to 20% of rent for that following month, that month that's coming. And we were at 17% for April rent collected prior to the beginning of April, which is right in line with where we are normally. We also track it throughout the month as well. And so, at the end of, I believe April 6th is when I pulled the numbers, we've collected over $2.5 million of rent with our residents. All right, that is about 70% of rent collection for us, which is right in line with where we should be through a normal month. About the 6th of a month is 70% is right in line. That's actually better than my expectations for where we would be because I'm conservative, and with coronavirus, this is a new thing, right? But rely on those relationships with our residents. So people are saying, how are you doing this? Right? And there's a lot of strategies. We'll go into it more and more. I'm sure we're going to get a ton of questions on the live Q&A tomorrow. And if you have live, additional questions, throw them in the comments. If we can't answer them right now, I'll answer them on the live Q&A. But there's a couple of things that we're doing. There's a number, as you would imagine, that with 3,500 residents, there are people that are able to continue to make the normal rent payment that are unaffected by this. And that's really wonderful. We are still reaching out to those folks. We're still building that relationship. And that rent is coming in just like normal. So there's a certain percentage of that. For those who have had their lives disrupted by coronavirus, again, we're always reaching out to those folks. We are proactively setting up payment plans with them. And normally there would be a late fee that would be involved if you don't pay your rent on time. There's obviously a late fee normally. We're proactively waiving those late fees for residents, and they're really feeling like they are well taken care of by this proactive communication. They know we have their best interests at heart. And these payment plans are done in that current month. And so that's one reason why you've been able to see 70% rent collection by the 6th. It's because these payment plans are enacted. And we continue to have future payment dates that have been planned after the 6th, which I feel very good about collecting those. We do have a couple other strategies if those strategies don't work for our residents to be able to do this with compassion. At the end of the day, we realize that this is a tough situation, and that occupancy and treating people with compassion is the most important thing right now. But 70% rent collection through the 6th of the month is right in line with what our normal percentages would be. And so I hope that gives all investors out there some calm, that you can do this the right way. You can lead with compassion. You can treat people the right way, and you can still take care of the responsibilities that you have to your owners. And that's our goal here. And for some of those investors are currently under contract. Some of those investors are thinking about buying additional properties right now. And you're saying, well, how can I continue to count on rent collection coming in? Number one, make sure you work with a property manager who has a history of being able to collect rent, that is being very proactive in their communication with you, very proactive in their communication with their residents. And for JWB clients, we're actually taking this risk of any rent collection issues off the table. We're doing what's called a mortgage guarantee, which basically removes the possibility of negative cash flow for an owner who's under contract to purchase, or who is putting additional properties under contract. You don't have to worry about going negative cash flow situation because of coronavirus. So we do what's called a mortgage guarantee, which basically says that in the event that your tenant couldn't pay rent, your resident could not pay rent for whatever reason, we're going to make a payment to that client equal to what their mortgage payment would be. So you don't have that negative cash flow situation. We do this for a full 6 months after the purchase. You do have to put that property under contract by April 30th. This is not something that's normal for JWB. It's really to help in coronavirus time. So if that's something that you're interested, I put the link in the description to book a call with our team. You can go to chatwithjwb.com, chatwithjwb.com, and that's for all new properties put under contract through April 30th. But guys, this is positive news overall, right? As an owner of rental properties, I know with this shock to the system of coronavirus, a little bit concerned about how rent collection works. Same thing that has always helped us to collect rent is our relationship with our residents, being very proactive with communication, and it's working. Now, this is early on. What's today? April 8th. We've got a long way to go with coronavirus. I'm going to continue to keep you guys updated with real stats because I think they do bring that sense of calm to everybody. And wow, we've got 9 people now walking with us. We had 10 people. We've got Dom, Felix, Mike Wagner. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you. We got Rochelle walking. Kelly says, I love your heart. So good to see you doing so well. I'm very proud of you. Ah, sis, I appreciate you. I love you too. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope to see more and more of you on the live Q&A on Thursday at 12:30. We have a nice little gang that's showing up every Thursday, and this is really just dedicated to your questions and your answers. It's really, there's no formal agenda. It's whatever you guys ask. So hope to see many of you there. And I love you all taking the walk with me in the mornings too. Our gang in the mornings is kind of growing as well. Dom says, good morning, boom. Well, I appreciate you, Dom. Good to see you, buddy. All right, we'll catch up with you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.